Good morning, motherfucking Tarpomaniacs. What's going on? It's breakfast with the boys. It's myself, it's Jack Gotsell, and it's Guacamole J or J Guacamole. Call him whatever you want to call him. And we are here. It's Wednesday morning, and let's have some breakfast with the boys. How's everybody feeling this morning? How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Not bad.
Pretty
Excited.
tired. You guys woke me up a little early, but I'm ready to go. I'm good to be here.
Yeah, man. You know what? It's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy month, and we just came out of the most crazy year in human history. Breakfast with the Boys is the newest podcast at tarpsoftsports.com. And we were going looking for topics today, and right off the hop, boys, I found a spicy topic. It sounds like Harry Styles might be a little bit of a home wrecker. Little home wrecking action going on, boys.
Yeah, he's stealing people's girl. He's got them all depressed.
Apparently he takes their
Yeah.
wardrobe too. Like now I'm wondering whose dress that was he was wearing because according to sources with USA I believe it was US Weekly, Us Weekly, sorry. Olivia Wilde ended their engagement, but sources have said her connection with Harry Styles, who she's now in a relationship, was already long going. So it sounds like her and Sudeikis were an item. He's been in a zillion movies too. Everybody knows Sudeikis. In his own right, he's a good looking old dude. So I mean, you feel for him a little bit. The Meet the Miller star. He was on Saturday Night Live, but
Horrible bosses.
Horrible
Horrible
Bosses, another
Bosses.
another good movie. He's been in just a bunch of good shit. So, A, I just want some initial reaction to Harry Styles. I mean, he seems like such a nice guy being a homewrecker. And B, like, are you that upset if you're Sudeikis? Like, at least you didn't lose your chick to some like, average Joe slob. Like it's Harry fucking Styles. The
Yep.
kid's gorgeous.
Yeah,
That's
he's
where
an
my
absolute man rocket.
that's where my mind goes right away. Is it could be worse. You could lose her to a Joe Schmo on the street, but it's Harry Styles, the guy that makes unbelievable songs, in my opinion. As I mentioned, Night Moves probably is
Oh,
one of my guilty pleasures of all time. I was just jamming in my car,
oh
about
yeah.
coming back from the gym to it at max volume.
Did he do that watermelon sugar song too, or is that somebody
Oh my
else?
God,
Oh, that's
yeah.
him too, bro.
Oh,
That song is legitimately, if you could make sex a song, that's the song it
that
would be.
song
That's it.
slaps.
Love that song, bro. Harry Styles is good. He's a good musician. Good, he seems to have it all figured out. I mean, now he did that whole cover thing wearing the girl's clothes. I mean, if you're Sudeikis too, like you can kind of have that to be like, well, at least I didn't take pictures like that, like to make
Yeah.
himself feel better. But bro, it could be so much worse.
But that might piss me off if I'm Sudeikis. Like this dude is wearing dresses and now he's banging my girl. Like
The
that.
dresses, the age difference.
Yeah,
That
it
part
sucks
does
that he's
kind of
so
suck.
young. Yeah, like she totally went full Jada Smith on him. Like just cut the age right in half, picking these little boys out of college, Jada Smith style. Remember when she and Will Smith had that sit down? I mean, I still feel awkward about that
I
to this
cringe.
day. Oh, like just Will Smith did a disservice to men everywhere that day. But
Mhm.
um, yeah, I mean, it was rough. So like Jason Sudeikis, advice from the boys would be just it's not that bad, man. Like I don't look at him as any less of a man for losing his girl to Harry Styles with or without a dress. Harry Styles makes great music. He's a young, good-looking guy. He was in One Direction. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
hello.
One
She's just
Direction.
living her daughter's and friends fantasy, I'm guessing.
Yeah. And now you just tell people I'm in the same league as Harry Styles.
Exactly,
Yeah,
dude. Jason
exactly.
Sudeikis, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be just fine. Speaking of things that weren't okay, though, that new Lana Del Rey music video gave me the heebie-jeebies a little bit. Jack sent that over to us.
Yeah.
First off, the name of the song, Jack.
Yeah, chemtrails over country clubs, I believe. And like it was weird to begin with. Like you feel like you're in the 70s and like everything's like, a little strange. And then you get to like the 3 minute and like 10-second mark. And then werewolves start coming out of like the woods and she's crawling all over the place. It got weird fast. I mean, I expected it to be a weird song because it was called Chemtrails Over Country Clubs. I don't know if she's a part of the Illuminati right now or what, but
Never understand that. Just how artists choose names in songs. I've never been able to wrap my head around that. They choose the one most random word they say in a song and they say, that's going to be it. That's going to be the name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
chemtrails over country clubs. Like I get it. In the beginning of the song, they show the trail of when a jet flies by, or if people like your buddy Venti would say, the
Oh,
poisonous chemicals they drop at us to make sure that we don't live too long. That'll get the conspiracy people going. They're at an all-time high right now. The storming of the Capitol happened this week. That was some crazy shit. But I think Harry Styles being a homewrecker might be the biggest news of the week. That's why I wouldn't lead with that, even over the Capitol. There's so much division on that stuff. No matter what side of the fence you're on. The guy with the big horn hat? Did you guys hear about that fucking guy?
Yeah, the guy that looks like Paul
yep,
Bissonnette.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks just like Paul Bissonnette,
yep.
but that picture was funny, bro. Uh, but no, did you guys hear about him in jail?
Yeah, we got a little organic person on us.
Is he
Yeah.
like a vegan? Like what's the deal here?
Well, listen. Apparently, his mother went on TV after he got arrested and said he hasn't eaten since Friday. And the reason is the jail won't serve him all organic food. And it's like, wait, all organic food? We're living in 2020 right now, 2021. Sorry, we just came out of 2020, but shit's crazy. Like, I mean, everybody's late. We're locked down fully where I am here in Canada. So it's like you got nothing but time to be on the internet. And now I'm like, you see all the crazies being like, these people were placed there. And it's like, what kind of Trump supporter eats only all organic food?
Yeah, he needs Whole
Yeah.
Foods. He needs a Wegmans. He needs
What do you mean a Whole Foods though? Like, how can you like what kind of gun-toting conservative eats an all-organic diet? Does that exist? That was a question I had for you guys. Well, that's why I wanted this topic brought up more than the guy. Like, is that a thing?
I don't think so. I truly I don't see Trump supporters and Whole Foods really going together.
You
Yeah,
know?
me when I think of it, I think of Clemson getting fed Big Macs and chicken nuggets from McDonald's.
Oh yeah. No, that was the best ever,
True.
dude, because President Trump, I remember that. They're like he put it out and he called it Great American
Great, yeah.
Food. Great American Food. And it was just a
Congratulations
spread.
on this win. Please enjoy this Big Mac.
Yeah, he's like, look at all this, look at all this, look at all this food. Great American food. We got
It's amazing.
McDonald's, we got fucking Chipotle.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie, if I won the national championship, I might want a Dave's double.
Oh,
I'm just being honest.
straight up, Dave's double. And let's actually bring that up here, Jack. That is a great sandwich right off the hop. Although it's breakfast time, it's bacon and eggs time. It makes you think about lunch. Number one sandwich in the fast food game across the board, chicken beef, go.
Oh, number one sandwich. I'm gonna go with the
Mm,
Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna go with the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Fuck,
Number
we don't
one.
have that in Canada. Oh, I think we
Chick-fil-A
do
is
in Toronto,
amazing.
but I've never been.
It really is. We just got one well, Jack's old hometown, but we got one putting down the street from us. But for me, I love Wendy's. I've always loved Wendy's chicken sandwich, and I have to rock with Wendy's, my girl.
Which chicken sandwich?
The bacon Asiago.
Oh, he goes with the bacon
Oh,
Asiago.
oh,
My
chef's kiss.
loyalty, my loyalty lies with Wendy's too.
Oh,
Guacamole J. I gotta tell you, it does. But mine goes with the spicy chicken sandwich. It's the best
mm,
sandwich in the game. Every time it comes out, it's so good. Like when I think of the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's, it's like if I went to a restaurant and I got the $15 buffalo chicken. Like I always do. I go to a restaurant, man, I order three different things and all of them are a variation of just chicken with hot sauce on it. Absolutely every time. I'm like a fucking 8-year-old. But I don't know. I would pay like $15 for that in a combo at a restaurant. So when you get it for like $7 at Wendy's, like I mean just the bang for buck factor
yep.
with it is so high. Now, you guys have an advantage. I'm in Niagara Falls. I think there is a Chick-fil-A, I think in Toronto, but I think it opened just prior to all this COVID lockdown. So I personally have never been able to have a Chick-fil-A sandwich. I've never had one, never once.
Oh, it's awesome. We had them
And
everywhere in Alabama.
oh, and I love chicken. Like so, like I imagine once I get across the border, once they open this up, or once I just find a way to cross anyway, I'm getting me a Chick-fil-A sandwich. That's like the first thing on my list to do when I go to
Yeah.
the States is get a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Yeah.
It's got to be up there.
I've never had Wendy's spicy sandwich, so I can't compare it. But Chick-fil-A's spicy chicken sandwich is amazing. I'll give it its
Oh,
props.
you know what was great? I remember one time I saw someone do like the chicken sandwich, like the spicy chicken sandwich blindfolded contest. They gave him like the KFC one, the Wendy's one, and the Chick-fil-A one, and he like graded them all blindfolded, and the Chick-fil-A one did win, which to me is like wow, because the Wendy's spicy chicken is just dynamite. So
Wendy's came
it
in
must be
second,
good.
though, I believe.
It did come in second. It finished way ahead of the KFC. Like, yeah, that's not my jam.
KFC
Gosh.
Um,
stinks.
Popeyes
I
is good
like,
too.
I mean, personally, I think all of us here love our food. But yeah,
Mhm.
KFC not on my list of things that like I really rock with that much.
No,
Yep.
Bojangles is 20 times better than KFC.
So you guys have all the crazy fast foods in America. We don't have that here. Like we have just the basic chains. We don't got like a Jack in the Box. Where did I go? I had
Oh
a
yeah, I
Oh,
double.
forgot about
Oh,
Jack in the Box.
bro, I had that when I went down to the States for hockey. I've had that and I had Checkers, the double drive-through.
Checkers.
Never had that.
Checkers was so good, bro. It
Dude,
was so
they
good.
if you order cheeseburger at Checkers, they put like this cheese sauce on it too that has to be the most unhealthy thing on planet Earth. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
probably like still inside my body, and I had it like 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, dude,
But
it's just chilling
boy,
in
is
one of
it
your
good.
valves of your heart, just waiting to blow when you're 55. Just like that kind of cheesiness. I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's crazy, man. Sports are coming back though, boys. That's a good thing about the world right now. I guess that's a positive. We have hockey coming back
Right.
after today, Jack. There is like 166 or something like that. I forget the number. I just
I
looked
think it
at
was
it.
100 and was it
116, I think.
116
the
days.
yeah, let me get the exact amount here. I don't want to scum anybody here and give the wrong information out on the podcast. 116 days straight of hockey
116 days straight.
starting tomorrow.
Little, just
Dude,
waiting for the Battle of Alberta.
oh, buddy, is there anything better than having
Let's get
10 Calgary Flames versus Edmonton Oilers games? Like,
that.
my God, fire me right up.
It might be one of the best matchups to happen probably within the last couple of years, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, that rivalry with Matthew
Yep.
Tkachuk and Zach
Yep.
Cassian and all the players involved is fucking second to none.
Yeah, I just
I
hope that.
expect Toronto and Montreal to get into their own little beef though this year. Playing each
Oh
other.
yeah, they're gonna have their own little war of words. I think Claude Julien will make sure that Josh Anderson and guys like that are physically engaged. They picked up what's his name on the back end there. Pretty rugged guy was on the Blues when they beat the Bruins for the Cup.
Edmonton.
Edmonton, yeah. So like Montreal added a little more balls to their team. So I think we're gonna see a Toronto Montreal rivalry form. I think you're gonna see a beautiful Calgary and Edmonton rivalry just continue, maybe even escalate. I hope Gary Bettman has to come onto the ice and stop a full-on brawl. Because you know what, with COVID, it's not like they can have like a million people run onto the ice and break it up anymore. Like.
Why? Alabama had their parade basically after
Oh
they won the
my
national
God.
championship.
Did everybody see that last night? That was
COVID
hilarious.
super spreader.
After Alabama, which Jack, I'm surprised we haven't even touched on this yet, went to Alabama. He was very happy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, blah, blah, blah.
My buddy Mr. Riggins was the only person wearing a mask in that whole pool of people. He had his phone out. He was going around showing. There wasn't another person with a mask. He turned his camera around at the very end of the Snapchat and he had his mask on. And he said, I'm literally the only person I can find out here with a mask.
Yeah, so let's talk about that now. How many people do we figure were out there celebrating their national championship win, which was what, 52-24, I believe was the final?
From the pictures I saw, it started at Galette's and it looks like it went all the way down to probably like the rooftop bar. So, I mean, holy crap, that's got to be at least 10, 15,000 people there.
None of them wearing masks. Your buddy was on it live on the scene. No masks to be found down there. It looked just like a big old bowl of COVID soup.
Yep.
Yes.
It was weird to see, it's hard to believe that, used to be a normal thing to do. And now I'm staring at it like, what the hell's going on?
I know it is a weird time where you're like, should those people be doing that? And it's like, just last year at this time, none of us would have ever batted an eye, but that's just how different the world is now. It's fucking
I
crazy.
know, but if that happened on any campus, I'm sorry, but they would have been doing it. If that happened at Ohio State,
100%. They would have been
Yep.
doing it anywhere, man.
I
People
mean,
don't care when it comes to partying. A
look at
championship,
Bugsy.
they're gonna party.
Bugsy doesn't give a shit about
Dude,
going
Bugsy
to
is in
college.
Ohio at the
oh,
website here. There's him, and then we got 2 interns from his school, Bowling Green, wherever he goes, State University. You think I'd know that since I have students there working for us, but I don't. Dude, these kids go to the bar every night. There's like doesn't seem to be any lockdown or restrictions or anything there. Like they're in the bar, like absolutely having people over all the time. Like I would say Bugsy's quite possibly one of the biggest super spreaders in America.
I mean, he's at the bar every night. There's always people over his house. I mean, even when he was covering the game last night with us, there's about 15 kids in his house.
Yeah, man. Like every time he comes on, his mic's on. It just you can just hear the crowd of murmuring people behind him, just infecting each other. They just go home like their grandma ends up dead. Like that's exactly what happens 100%. Speaking of crazy stuff though, have you guys been following, and you guys are Boston guys, the Kyrie stuff? What an
Oh,
asshole that guy
great.
is.
don't get me started with Kyrie. Good riddance.
Yeah, Jay
Yeah.
hates Kyrie.
Yeah. You know what? He's a jerk. And apparently, there's now video of him out partying during this time where he claimed he didn't want to play anymore. And then he said it was because of the Capitol Hill stuff. But he wasn't too distraught about Capitol Hill to go out and get his party on. Imagine that. Kyrie Irving being selfish. He's such
Wasn't his dad's birthday, though? Wasn't his dad and his
I don't care what it
It
is.
was
You are
someone's
making
birthday.
$35 million this season. Show up for work, you fucking asshole. There's people that have been off work for over a year. You fucking fuck. You are paid $35 million to throw a goddamn ball in a hoop. Like, at some point, somebody has to call it what it is. That guy's a
Couldn't
fucking
have said it
jerk.
better myself.
He's a
Yeah,
jerk.
you do have to play. You're getting paid millions of dollars. You have to play.
You
I mean,
have
talk
to.
about the series of events from Kyrie, and I'll talk back to the Boston days when I was pumped when we got him. He's a great player, and I'll give him that. He's an amazing athletic ability. But for Celtics fans, he comes over. He says he wants to be the reason that no one else wears number 11. He tells the season ticket holders that he's going to be back. He leaves us for Brooklyn, and then he's pulling this shenanigans again with Brooklyn. Have fun.
Yeah, no, and like I mean Brooklyn, what was Kevin Durant even doing wanting anything? Kevin Durant can win a championship by himself. He didn't need Kyrie Irving's stupid ass there ruining everything. That guy's a gong show. I
You
hate
won't
that
have
guy.
him. Kyrie's going to be in and out. Who knows when he's going to come back? I think I saw a report where someone asked Steve Nash, the head coach of the Nets, hey, is Kyrie ever, is he going to return at some point? And Steve Nash goes, sure, maybe.
Yeah, Steve Nash. I love Steve Nash. Good Canadian boy, Steve Nash. He doesn't give a
Yep.
shit.
Doesn't care about anything.
He's like, I have no idea.
No, and he doesn't care. And I'm sure he doesn't actually care at all. He's probably like, we'll be fine without him, because they will. The Nets will be fine without him. They're a pretty decent team.
Yep.
I think with
And then-
Durant and that.
Yeah, I don't know how long Kyrie's going to keep it up, because I heard they were going to start fining him every single game he was missing. Guaranteed he will be able to afford it with that fat contract he got.
Yeah, it seems like he doesn't care to play anymore. And it's like, that's fine, bro. But then you don't get to cash in the $35 million a year. Like $35 million. And he said, I didn't play because I don't want to.
Yeah, who's going to
Yeah.
sign this guy again?
Meanwhile,
He played-
bartenders and casino workers haven't worked in a year. They're sitting waiting for a $600 check from the government. But Kyrie doesn't feel like going to
Doesn't
play
feel like going up
basketball
that.
with his friend.
No,
and
he
earlier
doesn't
this
want
season, don't forget he didn't want to talk to the press just because he didn't want to either.
No, yeah, he's a real jerk, Kyrie Irving. I can't stand that guy. I hope that the Nets find a way to just legally get out of that contract. I wouldn't give that guy another dime if I was the owner of the Nets. I wouldn't even consider giving him a dime. That guy is absolutely like just a cancer in the locker room. He stinks.
You think Miley Cyrus has any of her spare dildos to give to him?
Yeah, I can't even believe that. Miley Cyrus was on Barstool Radio, and the topic of sex toys came up, and she said that sometimes when she goes to order sex toys for herself, she'll pull them out, and she actually has them as like centerpieces in her
Decor.
house on display. Like
Who
she
needs a vase?
decorates her
Giant
house.
dildo.
Yeah, just a flower sticking out.
Dude, imagine that though. You're having your dad over. Her dad's Billy Ray Cyrus. He comes over. He's like, "Oh, howdy, honey," and she's like, "Oh yeah, Dad, can you pass the salt?" He goes to pass the salt, and bam, right off the centerpiece, just a big pink dildo.
Making steak kebabs tonight.
Like, why? What is wrong? Like, do you have to be criminally insane to be famous? Like, what is
Yes.
wrong with that? Like, who? How do you see that as a centerpiece?
I mean, in college, I've seen people literally
Oh,
put
boy.
flowers in bongs and have
That's
those
funny.
as
Yeah,
centerpieces.
that's
I'm
funny. That's funny.
sure
I
you've
get
seen a
that.
lot more than that. Roll Tide.
Yeah,
Roll
true.
Tide. Roll damn
Tide.
tide.
Yeah.
I
Roll
mean, I've
damn
never
tide.
seen anyone take a flower and like the little pee hole of the dildo and be like, "Here's my centerpiece."
No, no, but
Making me
apparently
cringe.
Miley Cyrus has them all over her house. Her house is like apparently this like 50s retro, really nice,
House is
elegant
probably
place
shaped
with
like a
just
dildo.
dildos. I bet you she sleeps on the
Yeah.
dildo bed. It's
Yeah.
probably just shaped like a
It's like Squidward's house, but a dildo.
Oh, Miley Cyrus. She got divorced, and she was clamoring for Harry Styles too right after they got divorced. They asked her who she'd rather kiss, Justin Bieber or Harry Styles, and she threw Biebs right under the bus and was like Styles all the way.
I could see her with like Antonio Brown. She likes to use dildos as pieces of furniture
He
around her
likes to
house.
throw bags of dicks at his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have that cock connection.
Yeah, unbelievable cock connection.
Yeah, man, I would say that the Antonio Brown and Miley Cyrus could become 2021's power couple.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, like dildos on display. I can't get over that, man. That's crazy. Whether it's 15,000 people storming the Capitol, or it's Harry Styles breaking up Jason Sudeikis's marriage, or just Miley Cyrus putting dildos on the middle of the table. I think this was a pretty solid episode of episode 1 of Breakfast with the Boys with the boys. Like, I think we did okay.
Yeah, chemtrails over country clubs. We got
Yeah,
it all.
I feel like we touched every single part of
Kyrie
important
Irving,
news.
best
I
sandwich.
think we talked about stimulus for about 4 seconds, which
Yeah.
matches how much effort Congress has put into actually helping people on that matter. I think we've done our part. Boys, tarpsoffsports.com. You can find us there. All our content, all our podcasts. Breakfast with the Boys will be releasing every Wednesday morning. We love just drinking coffee, talking life, seeing what's going on in this crazy ass world. Jack, let the people know where they can find you, and then Guac J, you do the same thing.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Jack Gotsell, JackGotsell. And you can basically find me on any of the Tarps Off Sports pages. We have Tarps Off Sports, Tarps Off Hockey, Tarps Off MMA. We really got it all over there. So,
Yep. And you can find me, same thing, Twitter as well, at Guacamole. See me tweet a lot about the Celtics and my frustrations with the season as the course goes along, and just about everything else sports related, specifically Boston based.
Yeah, and you can find me at cmancuso9797. You can also find us on Twitter at TarpsOffSports and TarpsOffSports.com. For myself, Jack, Guacamole J, it's time to get the day started. You guys keep on trucking.